4, 3, 2, 1, start.
The narrative battle in the digital space. I kind of feel like the internet there for a while sort of got away from the narrative managers, and they've been doing everything possible in the last few years to try and, clamp down on it and
Looking
make
at
it
a couple
a
clips.
filter verse of nothing but
This is scripted.
talking points.
Yeah.
Weren't you gonna say something?
Right. Yeah, well, what were you gonna say after that?
Oh, I have no idea, dude. I'm just winging it this morning.
I'm not reading off the teleprompter.
I wanted to.
This is all winging.
I wanted
I'm reading.
To wait until
now it's my turn
Spike
to read.
To bring this up, but his last
we'll
tweet.
Go to the second clip. They start talking about
cloth masks are essentially
first they attack masks.
Paper mask on the box say don't.
How many people are dead
from
watching these people?
I honestly don't
telling them not to wear masks.
Don't care if it's
not
a fashion choice for you or whatever. Don't shame me for
there was
it.
a real anonymous.
And if you think you're protecting
like
yourself
they had with Hal
by
Turner.
On,
I bet we'd have proof that these people are in direct contact. With Deep State, FBI, all them.
But
this is called COINTELPRO.
At least when it comes down to no job, no job. Ice Cube.
So get a couple clips. Okay. This is the second clip.
Yeah.
Read an article on Ice Cube.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like
my
body, my choice. Like,
end of the day, we're reading scripts.
I'm not going to interfere with it.
Watch how they segue into flat Earth.
But I do want you to understand that those surgical masks have microplastics that are harmful.
She flipped the screen on Glory.
Ocean, so
she likes to flip the screen to hide half of her face. Her jaw.
We just got a Super A a minute ago from John Newell.
He didn't even listen to her, what she was saying, because he's just reading the script.
With two friends who are now teachers at the high school we went to, self-described far left.
He doesn't seem to be chugging the kratom
activities of
on screen so much.
Even showed them articles, and they still started asking me if I thought the Earth was flat.
He's talking about
what you
teachers, leftist teachers.
Flat isn't necessarily the correct term. It's more of a firmament in a dome.
Look at how fake this is.
Oh my god.
We're reading from scripts.
I don't know what it is with the resurgence of like flat eartherism as a
from like 5 years ago, the resurgence that you guys pushed, that your buddy Ebon Kim pushed.
Alternative thought in general, because the amount of
I'm reading from a script. I'm reading from a script.
Skeptical of this, just like purely.
Pointing and knows she's reading from a script. His eyes just went sideways. He's reading.
You're a flat earther too, then. Like, really?
I think you're bad actors who should read up on Adrian Lamo.
Conversation. You're just making the association because you don't.
You're just COINTELPRO.
And that's how the propaganda
Expose COINTELPRO.
How the hell is a flat earther going to harm you in any way?
Right, she just spontaneously goes into a rant on flat Earth.
That the
based
moon
on
landing footage is bullshit, and how does believing that the Earth is flat, or how does believing that there was
how
a great
stupid can
that
this
wiped
script
out
be?
an entire ancient civilization? Like, how are
should we
these
talk about
theories
Poinkin
going
and
to harm
working with
people in any
Donkeytale,
way, shape,
who's
or form?
really Peter Richard Mormon,
when Jared
acting
Beck was
as a
on the
Jimmy
show last, and he was
Gene?
like, "Go watch that Sage of K 5-hour-long presentation on mud."
He's reading from a script because he's such a. They have no morals.
With Kendra.
They have no morals. They don't even. They're not even real actors,
yeah, dude.
So they can't pull this off.
It's fucking wild. Like, you have to watch that shit. You do. You have to watch it.
I'm a junkie who I segued into kratom. I had no self-will and became a drug addict junkie, but now I'm on kratom all the time, and I love it.
The guy's voice is a bit much.
Your voice is wonderful,
like
Steve. Carl Poinkinen.
Role. Like, it would ordinarily be quite.
Yeah, Donkeytale's working with a Welshman when one of the guys I blogged with was from Wales. What a coincidence. Just gonna keep putting that on repeat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
The narrative battle in the digital space.
I'll put them on
I
lower
feel
for
like
volume.
the internet there for a while sort of got away from the narrative managers, and they've been doing everything possible in the last
They're basically
2 years to
flipping
try
around what I said
and,
about Jimmy
clamp
Dore
down
having
on
no
it
influence.
and make it
Dore
a
gets an
filter
audience
verse
of about
of nothing but
10 small towns.
talking points.
So he's saying that the mainstream media has no reach anymore.
All right. What were you gonna say after that?
Then she goes, "What were you gonna say after that? What
Oh,
did
I
you
have no
miss?
idea,
What
dude.
wasn't there more for you to read?" He's like, "I'm winging
Okay,
this. I
well,
don't know what you
I
mean."
wanted to.
Even though we have no
I
acting
was
experience,
I
we
wanted
think
to
we
wait
can do
until
this and not get
Spike was
caught.
on to bring
We
this
can
up.
put teleprompters on
but
screen like Jamal
okay, his
Thomas.
last tweet. Let me pull it up here.
Watch how Steve
Cloth
doesn't.
masks are essentially
He doesn't
useless.
care
We
what
know
she
that the
says.
paper
None
masks
of them
on the
care
box
what
say
they're
don't
just
protect
in a
against
shift.
COVID-19.
Here he
Like,
goes again. The mask, the
I
blah, blah,
honestly
mask.
don't like. I honestly don't care if it's a fashion choice for you or whatever. Don't
We'll just
shame
do
me
this one
for it.
last
Like,
round.
do you? And if you think you're
Do
protecting
you
yourself
doing
by
me
putting on
is exposing you as an informant who lies,
cyber, okay,
hawking magic mushrooms in public,
but
sponsored by
I mean,
magic
at least when it
mushrooms
comes
that are
down to
illegal.
no
Then
job,
someone
no job.
they
Ice
have
Cube
someone
goes,
ask him,
okay, I can
"Well,
get another job."
what if this is
Yeah.
illegal in my state?"
Yeah.
Pointing
I
was
mean,
like,
at the
"Ah,
end of
go
the day,
ahead. I'm not
it's
a
like,
lawyer.
my body,
Maybe I
my
should give
choice.
the
Like,
lawyer advice, but
whatever your
you
decision is,
go
I'm not gonna
ahead.
interfere
You
with
buy
it.
those
And then
bars.
likewise, it goes the other
I'm
way
not a
around.
cop. I'm
But
not
you
an
know, I do
informant.
want you to
I don't work with
understand
cops
those
or
surgical masks have
I am an
microplastics
informant.
that are
Well, I'm
harmful
not
for
an
the
informant. I was
environment, and they're
acting
polluting
as
the
pointing in.
ocean. So
Look at them.
just wanted
Look
to
at
point that
Steve
out
concentrating on the screen. So is he looking at
Wow.
Glory's
We
face
just got a
there?
super rare. We got a super
That's
rare
what you
minute ago
do
from
if
John
you can
Newell.
figure out
This
where
is
they're
wild.
reading and where they
Just
can
hung
look
out
to
with two friends who
see
are now teachers at the
their
high school we
coworker.
went to, self-described
So he
far
just
left. I was
segues
careful in
into
my approach,
that
but I brought up
story
the current
and into
activities
flat
of the
Earth.
WEF
It's
and their
quite
affiliates, even
ridiculous.
showed them articles, and they still started asking me if I thought the Earth was flat. John, what you tell them is that flat isn't necessarily the correct term.
Glory's already
It's more
cracking
of a
up
firmament
with a
in a
stupid
dome.
joke.
Oh my
Yeah, this
God.
is organic. Oh,
Oh
Steve.
my God.
Oh my God, Steve.
You know what?
You went there, Steve.
I don't know what it is with the resurgence of like flat eartherism.
She's reading
as
off of a
part this,
script. You
because
can
it
tell
shows
because
how
that's
like there's a
how it
connection
sounds when
being
we're
made
reading
between
rather
trying to
than
stigmatize
talking.
alternative thought in general.
I'm
Because
reading
the
from
amount of times that I've been
I
like,
am reading
you
the
know,
lines.
skeptical of this, just like purely
She's
skeptical
moving her
of this
hand to
narrative,
follow the
and
sentence.
someone will
I'm
tell
talking
me
like
like,
a
oh, well, I
robotic.
guess you're a flat earther too then. Like,
Her eyebrows
really?
shot up.
What does flat Earth
I
have
probably
to do
will
with
flip
this
the screen.
conversation? You're just making the association because you don't like alternative thought in general, and that's how the propaganda is
Yeah,
worked. And
you
also,
trigger
how
yourself
the
some more
hell
there.
is a flat Earther
Alternative,
going to
you're
harm
reading.
you in any
None
way,
of
shape,
these
or
thoughts are
form?
theirs.
Like, how
Why
is
is she talking about
believing
flat
that
Earth?
the moon landing footage
How does
is
she
bullshit,
start going
and
into
how
this
does
rant
believing
off
that the
of
Earth
what
is flat,
and he
or
just
how
sits
does,
there like
or
this
like
is
how
all
does believing that
not
there was a great
noticeable that they're
mudslide that
paid
wiped out
fakes.
an entire ancient
He'll
civilization,
just
like
act like I didn't
how
expose
are these
this
theories
frickin'
going to harm people in any way, shape, or form?
He's
Do
a
you
jerk.
remember when Jared Beck was on the show last?
These people
and
are
he was
like
go
low
watch
level
that Sage of
humanity.
K 5-hour-long presentation on mud floods and flat Earth. And so I did, and I watched it with Kendra.
This guy gets about maybe 200-300 views, 400.
Yeah, dude. It's
they
fucking
get plugged
wild.
just like
you have to
anyone
watch
else.
that
Yet no
shit.
one,
You do.
no one
You
can
have
watch
to
this
watch
guy.
it.
No one
You're
can
just like,
stomach
hey, wait a minute.
his gross forehead. No one can stomach drug addicts
You
who are
know,
reading
it's
from scripts.
wild, dude. It is.
You know, it's wild that you're
But
exposed informant.
I promise.
That's wild that you're a military shell who's been exposed. Your voice is trash. You have the trashiest. Poinkin has the
like
worst
it would
possible
be
voice.
Lovely, but because he's punching it up,
I'll punch up.
It's a little over the top.
You couldn't punch anything, you frickin' clown working for the military. All right, let's do that one more time because I'm sick of these clowns. And I like to expose clowns. That's what I do, and that's what I did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
The narrative battle.
The narrative battle
in the digital space. You kind of feel like the internet.
So you take
for a while,
a little bit. You don't need much because they're repetitive. They're full of it. They say things and then people die. They say things and people get arrested. And that's what they do. That's what their job is.
Of nothing but talking points.
So this guy's acting like he's a hippie, but he's wearing plaid.
Yeah.
He's wearing redneck shirt.
All right.
Short hair like he really had. He's military. He's a right wing. Look at how. And she got in trouble.
Okay,
Glory got in. Weren't you gonna say something after that?
Okay.
We're not scripted, are we?
Spike was on to bring this up.
I was gonna wait.
Okay, his last tweet.
Jimmy Jean did that. Donkeytale did that in one show. Peter Richard Mormon.
Essentially useless.
They put words into his mouth saying, I'm not reading from an article. This is something that I picked up earlier in the day, and they talk like that. You pick up on it. They're reading.
If it's a fashion choice for you or whatever, don't shame me.
He's like, I really don't care, but I'm doing my job and just reading from the script.
A freaking face diaper. Okay. But
he's always knocking around that kratom bottles.
It comes down to no job, no job.
No one could be any uglier in real life than Steve Poinkin. He's just like the most vile looking.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day,
he's a drug addict. He admits it. He's an entrapper. He's an informant. He's trying to get people arrested. He's a fake activist reading scripts. You can even see it in their glasses. Their reflection. You can see you can see stuff. That's why I went a little passionate. Wow, I do not care, but we're gonna move on.
John Newell. This is wild.
Cough.
Just hung out with two friends who are now teachers at the high school we went to, self-described far left. I was careful in my approach.
Far left, yeah, not just, right. Teachers always say, yeah, I'm far left over here.
If I thought the earth was flat. John, what you tell them is that flat isn't necessarily the correct term. It's more of a firmament and a dome.
This is narrative building that with the conspiracy theory thing.
You know what?
I figured this out a long time ago, over a decade ago, that the conspiracy is conspiracy theory.
It shows how there's a connection being made between.
So yes, to wrap this up,
thought in general,
if there was a real anonymous, we'd have proof that these are COINTELPRO agents. But anonymous is not real. There is no anonymous. That's called the militaries acting as if there's some group called anonymous.
What does flat Earth?
That's what Sabu was.
This conversation.
I'm reading from a script.
You don't like alternative thought in
and Steve Poinkin's eyes getting big because
how the hell is a flat earther going to
he thinks Glory's doing great. Wow, she's so believable. This is so believable what we're doing.
That the moon landing
and they hold things so they're giving the middle finger. Somehow they're always showing the middle finger on these shows.
There was a great mudslide that wiped out an entire ancient civilization.
That middle finger is their soul. That middle finger is their crocodile smiles.
Do you remember
these people haven't felt a good emotion in years? Because they got nothing. They got no. They got no love. They got no. There's nothing.
And I watched it with Kendra.
This is the ugly, dark reality that we're in,
dude. It's fucking wild.
This guy's a junkie. Look at his face. He's a down and out junkie who gets 200, 300 views faking as an Assange supporter.
It's fucking wild, dude.
He hawks magic mushrooms, trying to get idiots who think you can just order stuff up like that and not get in trouble.
It's this performative.
Yeah, a little over the top.
Droll.
Wow, they finally said something that was true about themselves, but through projection.